Hey, I'm back. Guys, it finally happened. They buffed the Demoman. I know, we have been asking for this for, what, over 7 years now or something? Constantly saying that the Demoman is so weak and such an underpowered class. Please buff it. Please. They finally did it. Thank you, Valve. Thank you. They really do listen, guys. Great. Alright, no more funning around. This is serious. Get back into your seats, kids. So, anyway, I just got back from the holidays, and this is pretty much the first thing that I recorded. I have not actually tried out the new weapons yet. I don't even own them, so I'll do that some other time if people still want to see that. The sticky nerf seems alright. I still think that 8 stickies is way too many in one clip, but that's my main problem with it. But this is at least something. So, okay, the lock-and-load and the skull cutter both got buffed. The lock-and-load, well, it can't one-hit kill anymore, which is great. I mean, of course, it shouldn't be able to do that. Now the max damage is 124, and they decreased the explosion radius, so that's all good. But they removed the self-damage penalty and they added one more pipe to your clip. So basically, they nerfed it against scouts, mainly. You know, the counter to the Demoman, as it should be. And made it better against the heavier classes. So, my main issue now with this thing is that, well, it's an easier weapon to aim, and it does more damage. Easier to aim, does more damage. Okay. Well done. That's pretty dumb. Also, the distance the pipes travel is greater with this weapon. Anyway, you do lose the pipe rollers from the stock launcher, and that's the big downside here, I guess. I mean, people dodge rollers all the time. They are very easy to dodge. But I still think regular pipes are better at spamming and, you know, has greater pushing potential. And, you know, it's better at cutting people off and so forth. But that really only comes into play if both teams are very even and coordinated. So, yeah, that doesn't really happen. And the regular pipes already does so much damage that you can't really make them any stronger. You need some really huge downsides for that, in my opinion. So maybe not make them easier to hit. Well, anyway, here we are. I guess the same can be said for the direct hit though, which also has some problems, but at least it has fall-off damage, which the lock-and-load does not. It does the same damage from any distance. So, heavies are pretty much screwed right now against the lock-and-load. 3 pipes is going to kill a heavy, unless he is overhealed. With the regular pipes, well, they were easier to dodge and there was a chance to survive 3 pipes. But with the lock-and-load, even if you only hit 2 of them, he'll still be weak. And well, that kinda goes for every class, I guess. If you just hit them once, they will be weak. And the fact that projectile speed is increased and it's easier to actually hit people, that just doesn't make sense to me. You know, maybe the best combo right now is the 1 lock-and-load demo and 1 medic using the needles. Just hit 1 pipe and 1 or 2 needles and you got all of the light classes covered. Well, most people are not walking around with full health anyway, so the 1-hit kill nerf is not that big of a deal actually. Yeah, one of the greater benefits to the lock-and-load, which is also pretty stupid in my opinion, is that you can destroy a level 3 sentry in 2 hits, which is quite crazy. You have to be a real quick NG to react between the first and the second shot. And even if you do react in time, you now have a 3rd shot that will destroy it. So, have fun out there, NGs. Yep, that sucks. But I really do hope that this is just a bug, that the mini sentries now take 2 regular stock pipes to destroy, which is going to ensure that I keep using the lock-and-load, at least until that issue has been resolved, because that's just wrong. Anyway, enough about that. The Scotsman's Skull Cutter also got itself a buff. They changed that the movement speed penalty only applies when it's active. So especially if you're using the sticky jumper, that is quite a buff. Even if you're not, it still makes it one of the better melee weapons for the demo, in my opinion. It has increased range and does 20% more damage, and that means you have a very high chance of killing medics and demomen in just 2 swings, which happens a few times in this video, I think. And it still has random crits, which it really shouldn't. That's not cool. But to be fair, no weapon should have random crits, but that's a much bigger problem. Alright, before I end it, here's a random thing about sentries that you maybe didn't know. You probably know. The sentry cannot fire through a dispenser, so if you can get into a position where the dispenser blocks the line of sight to the sentry, you are super safe. So just go ahead and taunt or gonga or maybe even destroy the sentry. All of that works just fine. So have fun with that. Okay, that's it. I hope they change everything I've talked about here like next week or something. We can only hope.